Okay, so in episode 1 of this series where I learn programming, I explained how I'm going to learn programming and I explained how I'm going to do it. And I said I'll do a real project in order to do it. And in the last video, I did some work on that project already. So I made some UI and that's it. But in this video, I'll actually dive deeper and I'll show you me building the app live. So you probably may learn something from that, and I'd have my documentation from my learning journey, so in the future I can look back at this and say, oh, so I sucked at this. So yeah, enjoy and let's jump in. So as you can see right now, I'm gonna start the project, right? So I think that in order to start an electron project, I need to write npm. Okay, I lost it. So right now I'm gonna tell you how I'm going to do this. So to build this, I'm going to need 3 tools. This VS Codium to edit the code, and I'm going to use Google Gemini to ask the questions for the things I don't know, and I'll use the actual Notion until I build my own one in order to document what I have learned so far so I don't forget what I have learned. So right now I'll just go to Gemini and ask how to start an electron project. Okay, it's going to give me a bunch of text, and there it is. So npm init-y. Okay, so we're gonna go into here, npm init-y, and let's watch the magic happens. Okay, now we have the package.json. So next we're gonna need to install Electron. So npm install electron --save dev. So npm install electron --save dev, and it's loading. So okay, I'll use this time to actually document this in Notion. So here's my programming notes. So let's add here to start an electron project. We type, and let's make, okay, npm init-y, and then npm install electron what was it? Yeah, that's a little hint. Yeah, save dev. Yeah, that's a little hint of my memory and how strong it is. So it's still loading. It's downloading the node modules, which is a lot. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, and there you go. 0 vulnerabilities. How beautiful is that? So then I'm going to Google Gemini. If he's gonna say anything else, no. That's it. So now I have an Electron project ready to go. Okay, so first off, we're gonna need the main.js. Okay, that's how we're gonna manage our window and stuff. So as I've learned, I'm gonna need to make a constant that's a variable, and we're gonna like summon some things from Electron. So we're gonna need something called the app, something called the browser window. You might be wondering, what's this pre-written text? That's AI helping me, but I'm gonna just type everything because I want to learn. So right now I just summoned something called the app and something called the browser window to start creating my app. So we're gonna make a function called create window. Inside that function, I'm gonna make a window. So a browser window is basically an object. So I'm gonna make a new browser window like that. And I'm gonna store this new browser window into a variable called win. So this win right here presents a new browser window, right? We're gonna open stuff, and the browser window have some characteristics, right? So I need to set its width to actually I'm gonna make some my own configuration. So I'm gonna make 1270, and the height is going to be 720. And web preferences, I'm actually gonna leave it empty for now because we're gonna need this later. This node integration I figured from some AI that is gonna make my my app less secure. So what is this? Cannot redeclare blocks code variable missing. Excuse me. Okay, let's delete this and make it again, because I mean mostly this works. Oh yeah. So I had to make this normal bracket first before the curly brackets. Okay, makes more sense now. It makes more sense now. So we never closed this actually, so we're gonna need to. So we created the window with this constant right here. So after that, we're gonna need to load something into that window. So we created a window, but we need to load into this window something called the index.html. The index.html. That's where will be the layout of our app. So yeah. So let's see if Gemini gave us some main code so we can learn from it. Okay, there it is. So we did all that. We created a window, we made this, and we gave it its preferences, and we did load the index. Okay, so after that, there's this line. Okay, app.whenReady then create window. So we made the function. Okay, so we need to call it somehow, right? So right now I made a function that's called create window. So somewhere in this code I need to create a window, okay? Because I didn't do anything yet. I just made the function, but I didn't use it, right? So I'm gonna do that. The app is my app, basically. So we're gonna say that the app when ready, so when the app is ready, which means that it has loaded all its stuff, then create window. Boom. Now we just used our function right there. Now we created a window when the app is ready, right? So I'm gonna go to Notion, and okay, so to create a window, we need to make a function, and then I'm gonna make code snippet. I'm gonna put it in the function, so it's just, yeah, it's JavaScript already, which is nice. So I'm gonna make that function, but we're just gonna copy paste this to save ourselves some time. So that's how creating a window looks like. So, oh, that's how to create a window. And to make sure that our app is ready, we say amp.when ready, like that. And let's make it a curse note, like that. So good. Okay, so what next? Okay, so app.window all closed. So when we close all the windows of this app, if the platform is in Darwin, so what the hell is Darwin? Darwin is the name of the Mac system from Apple. Okay, so I tell him, if it is Mac, don't do anything. Why? Because Mac actually doesn't close the app when the windows are closed for some reason. But in any other operating system like Windows or Linux, quit the app. That's what we are saying right here. And after that, we have app.on active. We actually test if the browser window of all windows is 0, then we create a window. So this actually basically says that if the app is activated, actually that line is specifically for Mac, because sometimes the app is active but it doesn't have any windows on Mac. So if the app is active and the count of all windows is 0, create a window. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make this. So the app, we have all window all closed. Then of course, if the process is Apple, don't do anything, but else just quit. So that is my window all closed thing. After that, of course, this part, I just auto typed it because it's not really that important. Okay, so yeah. So right now, it's ready. Okay, this is just like random stuff. I don't need that. So yeah, my main.js is now ready. I have the code that's gonna create windows and do stuff. Except I'm just gonna change the width because I want to. As I already said, gonna be 2070, 720, like that. And I'm gonna remove node integration. Why? Because actually Grok told me that it's less secure. So right now, my main.js is ready. I created a window and I made, when the app is activated, it actually makes a window and we use it. So I actually put something here, it's called index.html, which is the layout of the app. So let's actually start making that. So we're gonna make index.html right there. And there it is. So yeah, it has some basic stuff. So I'm gonna make it very quick with AI like that, because this head thing, it meta character set UDF in the title, of course. Style CSS will be made later to style the app, but there you go. The body. So I'm gonna make the body myself because I don't want AI to screw it up, but this is just yeah, there's a problem here with the tabs from AI for some reason, and I don't like it, so I want to make things consistent, right? Yeah. Okay, so right inside my body, I'm gonna make a I'm gonna need to make a layout. Why? So I'm gonna make a live in class. I'm gonna call it layout. So why am I making this div. The reason is that I'm going to make inside of it some stuff. So let's just first make this slash body and slash HTML thing, because yeah, it's just insecurities, you know. So inside this layout, I'm gonna have 3 sections. First is gonna make a side, and we're gonna call it left, and we're gonna have, okay, it's just, we're gonna leave it empty right now, and we're gonna have main, and we're gonna have a side right. Yeah, AI is pretty smart actually, so it detected already that I want to make a side right and a side left. So what the hell is this? So I'm gonna have a left sidebar and a right sidebar and a main section. So in the left sidebar, I'm gonna have a second hidden h2, and I'll call it structure. So inside the structure, I'm gonna have an unordered list that's gonna contain all the structure of my app, like my notes, slash pages, of course. All that is gonna be right there. And inside the main, it's gonna contain an h2, and that's gonna be the title of our notes, and it's gonna have a paragraph, which is gonna be like the body of our notes. So the title, we're gonna make an ID, call it the title, of course, and we're gonna make it content editable. Yeah, like that. Same goes for the paragraph. So we're gonna make the ID equal content, and it's gonna be content filter. So that's actually the very basic start right here. And the right sidebar is going to have actually a heading. We're gonna call it tools. So this right sidebar will actually contain the tools that we would use, like deleting notes, creating notes, like, oh, you know, this nested list from Notion where you can add some blocks. That's basically this right sidebar right here. So of course it's gonna also have an unordered list like that. We're gonna leave it empty as well, just to fill it later with JavaScript, you know. So let's just save that, and let's actually open our app, see what do we have right here. So npm start. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see if Gemini actually said anything about this. Okay, yeah, that's the part where I missed the start script. I totally missed doing this. So inside package.json scripts, I'm gonna need to add this line right there. So I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna go here into package.json, into scripts, and I'm going to boop, just like that. And of course the comma, and save. So right now I should have this starting script, and make sure your main field also points to main.js like that. Hope it's actually that. Yeah, it's index.js. I'm gonna make it main.js like this. Okay. Oh. Anything else? Yeah, npm start now should work. So let's go here. Let's clear this shit and npm start. Boom, now it works. So as you can see, I have the structure, I have the main, That's my editable field for H2, and that's my editable field for the paragraph. But as you can see, it looks like shit, right? That's why we're gonna need the style.css like this. So basically this file, we're gonna make this ad look nice. So first off, we're gonna need something called the flex display, right? So I'm gonna call the layout, and we're gonna make the display flex, and flex direction row height equals 100 vh. So basically this tells the app that right now we're gonna make the structure as rows. So this makes the app more structured. Like we have the structure and the main right in the middle here after the E and the tools. But the problem is it doesn't stretch stuff or do anything. So we're gonna need to do so. Now we're gonna jump into the other stuff. So the A side dot left, the A side dot right. Open them like that. So we're gonna make the width of each of them like 15%, like that. And of course the height is also gonna be 100 like this. I'm gonna make some padding like 10 pixels, also some margin, so we're gonna make like 10 pixels as well. Yeah, we're gonna make also a background color, I like to make it like okay, let's make blue and then edit it. So I want it to be a dark blue background, so we're just gonna make this like that. Yes, something like that. Love that. Looks nice. So that's gonna be the background color. I'm gonna make it more gray because this plain one will be for the main one. Of course, I need to make the body, maybe the layout itself, yeah. So I'll make also background color for the layout, background color, and it's gonna be the same color. So how do you do that? Yeah. But we're gonna make it the dark and like the more saturated version of it, right? Okay, let's check that real quick. And okay, we have something right here. I see that the height is incorrect right here, so I'm gonna just remove that. And I'm also gonna make the color sky blue. So color is gonna be sky blue. Let's see that. And there you go. Okay, that didn't work. Why? Because I didn't save. Okay, let's try again. Okay, now we have some stuff, but we're still scrolling for some reason. And I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna remove this from layout. I'm gonna put it into the body. So the body itself is gonna have a background color as just like that. gonna save, try. Okay, it looks way much better right now, but I'm still scrolling and I don't like this. Okay. Anyways, let's just move on and we'll fix this later. So we're gonna need to make the main, and well, some of these stuff are right, but I'm gonna edit most of it. So I'm going to make here something called flex one, like this. So this means it will take the rest of the space that exists. There you go. There you go. So as you can see right now, I have a right sidebar, a left sidebar, and the main section in the middle, as you can see with my text areas. Very, very cool. Okay, so I need to center the stuff. So, okay, how to center things in Flex. How to center items / text in Flex. Okay, so then use justify content center and align items center. So this is horizontally and this is vertically. Very nice. So we want vertically. So we're gonna make item, align item and center. So let's see how this worked. And it didn't work. So we're gonna make also align text. I think this should also work. Text align. Yeah. Center. This should work. Let's check. Yo, there it is. Centralized. Just as I want. And same will go for the main, of course. So I will line item center, and I will text align center, just like this. So very nice. So if I type anything, perfect. That's perfection, baby. But here's the thing. I want the main to be the same as the body. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste it like this. So now I have what I want, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I want right here. So we're starting very, very well. And the app, as you can see, is getting very much better. So yeah, very nice progress, right? Okay, so I figured how to solve this scrolling annoying thing. So right here, I used to make like height like that and make it 100 VH. Then I realized I shouldn't put that here. It should be right here. Like I should make here the height as 100 VH. And then we check. We can see this annoying scroll. Okay, that's not good. I think the reason is that I need to make this flex one right here. And I need to make this display flex as well. So yeah, we need to make margin 0, padding 0, and display flex and flex directions column. That's actually should be solving the problem. So let's check. Boom, there you have no scrolling, just full. Nice, very nice window. Love it. So right now we have mostly ready UI. So that's it for today. This app is very big to just take in one day. So I just made this episode as a first episode for this series, and I'll probably make more videos like that in the future. I know that I didn't focus on the humor part in this video because this video is like more of a tutorial more than a humorous, like fun thing. And of course, my humor never dies, so you'll laugh anyways. I'm sure of that. Anyways, thank you for watching and see you in the next video if I ever made another one.